It's Thursday, May 29th.
It's devastating. Most of the people here are worried. You know, they're used to living up north. They're not used to being in a city.
State of emergency. 17,000 people in Northern Manitoba are forced from their homes because of wildfires in the province.
I am not sure whether it will be a major blow to his political standing and to his support.
Struck down, a U.S. federal court blocks many of President Donald Trump's tariffs in this global trade war.
We have confirmed that Lily and Jack were observed in public with family members on the afternoon of May 1st.
A new development in the search for two missing children in Nova Scotia. Police confirming Lily and Jack Sullivan were seen in public the day before their disappearance.
Hope you all work it out.
I think they have, the right to demand whatever is better for their careers.
There are concerns the Canada Post labor dispute will escalate now that a final offer is on the table. Details coming up. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to your morning, everybody. Anne-Marie's off today. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm Teddy Wilson.
Teddy, great to have you. I'm Kelsey McEwen. Happy Thursday.
Took you a second, I know.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
I know. And June, as you were mentioning earlier in the week, which is true to the calendar, June is Sunday.
I don't believe it.
I know.
It's not possible.
I know. It's really...
Though it is, yeah. Welcome back to the studio, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. It was good to be outside yesterday enjoying that sun. I commented in the morning. I was like, where are all the umbrellas? And then a gentleman came up to me when I was in Union Station. He's like, got my umbrella.
Oh, he did? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. It was wet yesterday. Unfortunately, what we'd love to see is a lot of precipitation in Western Canada, Teddy. That's not happening. And obviously, that has fire officials worried.
That's right. Yeah, and that story leads off our headlines today. Let's turn to the news we're following for you. A state of emergency has been declared in Manitoba. This is 17,000 people in that province's north flee to safety because of those wildfires.
This is the largest evacuation Manitoba will have seen in most people's living memory.
Premier Wab Kinew says he's spoken with the Prime Minister about the situation. Canadian Armed Forces members are being sent in to help with the evacuation operation. Evacuees are being asked to register with the Canadian Red Cross for information on emergency assistance. Many people are expected to arrive in Winnipeg, and the Premier is asking that people stay with family or friends if possible. A reception center has been opened in Winnipeg, and other facilities, including soccer complexes and arenas, will be made available.
We anticipate that conditions may lead to more human-caused starts because the conditions are very, very dry in all areas. So we do ask Manitobans to be very mindful of their activities out on the landscape.
And there are close to 24 fires burning elsewhere in the province as well. So far, about 198,000 hectares has burned. That's about a third of the size of the province of Prince Edward Island. This is 3 times the yearly average for Manitoba. Overall, there's been 102 fires this season. All but 4 are confirmed or suspected to be started by human activity. The province's state of emergency will last for 30 days. To Saskatchewan now, a notice in that province has gone out urging people in the community of Candle Lake to leave for safety from wildfires.
This would be a much easier process to do now than to have to do it within a limited period of time.
Right now, the notice to leave is voluntary. An official evacuation order will be issued if the wildfire reaches within 15 kilometers of Candle Lake. As of yesterday, last night, the fire was about 20 kilometers away. In northern Saskatchewan, an evacuation order went out yesterday for the community of Christopher Lake. There are 16 active wildfires burning in Saskatchewan as of right now.
I looked at the town, I looked at my garage, I looked at all my possessions, and I said goodbye.
Meanwhile, in Alberta, people forced out by fire from the town of Swan Hills are hoping their homes will be spared from a fire now burning fewer than 10 kilometers away. Crews are doing what they can to save the community, but high temperatures in much of the province is making that a challenge. To news out of the U.S. now, a federal court has blocked President Donald Trump's fentanyl and Liberation Day tariffs.
He built a big part of his electoral campaign based on tariffs, and he did introduce tariffs. Now tariffs were overruled, and I suspect that politically he can now blame the court for the failure of this policy.
The U.S. Court of International Trade decision says the U.S. president overstepped his authority using the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The Trump administration already appealed the decision, saying it's not for unelected judges to decide how to properly address a national emergency. The fentanyl-related tariffs have been aimed at Canada and Mexico, while the ones from April's so-called Liberation Day were part of Trump's sweeping tariffs. Canada is still being hit with some tariffs on steel, aluminum, and automobiles. This because Trump used different powers to enact those duties. Investigators now say 2 missing children in Nova Scotia were seen in public with family members the day before they disappeared.
Investigators are now asking anyone who has dash cam footage or video along Garlick Road between noon on April 28th and noon on May 2nd.
After gathering hours of video, the RCMP determined 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were seen on May 1st. It's believed the 2 children wandered away from their home May 2nd. Their stepfather had said the 2 children were sick and kept home from school the day before they went missing. The RCMP also said they are following up on more than 350 tips and have formally interviewed more than 50 people. Workers are accusing Canada Post of playing hardball after a best and final offer was put on the table. That offer includes a 14% pay hike over 4 years, as well as a proposal that could change delivery routes based on demand. In a statement, the union representing nearly 55,000 Canada Post workers says these may have been the most challenging issues on the table right this round, and now Canada Post insists that they must be in the next collective agreements. On other big issues, Canada Post outright ignored our positions, end quote. The union has been in a legal strike position since last week. On the same day the final offer was made, Canada Post also reported a $1.3 billion loss for 2024. It has now posted 7 straight annual losses. Well, to sports news now. For the 3rd straight season, the Florida Panthers will play for the Stanley Cup final.
Barkov cuts away from Orlov, slides it across, score! Carter Verhaeghe!
So the Panthers were down 2-0 in the second period before scoring 3 straight goals, including 2 in just 30 seconds to tie it up. This is the second time in 3 years the Panthers have knocked the Hurricanes out of the Eastern Conference final. They'll now wait for the winner of the Western Conference final. The Edmonton Oilers hold a 3-1 lead over the Stars and could advance tonight with a win. If they do, it'll be a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup final. Hope they get that win tonight. And in the U.S., champions get to visit the White House, but in Italy, they get an audience with the Pope. Players and staff from Napoli got to meet with Pope Leo XIV after winning the Serie A title. The Pope cited the social aspect of Napoli's title with his address, noting how popular the sport is and reminding players of the good that sport can do in society.